So bottom fishing's what you want today, huh?
I love bottom fishing.
A lot of times I'll anchor up on these spots, start throwing a little bait to build life.
You don't know what's coming next.
Oh, that's our boy.
And one of the coolest things about this style of fishing is you feel every bite. Woo, what do you got there, Rush?
The black grouper is it. He's the man.
Oh, uh-oh.
I can't even turn the handle. My name is Hussainy. I grew up in Southern California and now operate one of the largest sport fishing websites in the world. Just another day at the office?
It's not yours.
I'm Rush Maltz,
I got you. What you seeing?
Florida Keys native and career fishing guide for the past 20 years.
When I come out to California, you can let me catch all the 300-pound tunas.
Our passion is our profession, and we know there's more to fishing than just the catch.
Whoa.
We explore the people, places, and species that make up the culture of fishing. Winter in the Keys is why this place is paradise. While most people up north are getting out their winter clothes and their down blankets and winterizing their boats, we're just getting our fishing season fired up.
These are the next two, getting twerks.
The bait starts to move in, the weather cools down to a cool 72 degrees, and a lot of our migratory species start to move in. So what's gonna happen here is you're gonna wind all this line on these and I'm gonna hold the toes in here.
No, I don't see that happening. One of the coolest things and the most different things about Key West that I tell guys out from my side of the world is there's always something on tap. Is there wahoo around right now?
Yeah, I mean, you always got a shot this time of year. They were pretty thick around the full moon. In December, everything just sets up. It's the perfect storm. A lot of times, the Gulf Stream starts to pushing close. You get this really blue water. Our tunas move in good, the wahoos move in. You know, we'll be right off the edge of the reef and
Just right out front?
7 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles.
Cool.
Run down the beach a little ways and then probably 7 miles from where we run down the beach.
So spool, tacos, fish.
Hopefully the taco stand's open today.
Don't mess with my emotions.
This is in Mexico. There's just a large variety of species you could target in the winter.
Slow down a little bit, Ali. It's gonna get shallow pretty quick.
Yeah, it does.
Turn left, Ali. A little bit.
I'm in neutral, but I just put it in gear.
Okay. So bottom fishing's what you want today, huh? I told you this trip's all about you, so.
It always is, buddy. It always is.
Slow down a little.
For those that don't know what the Florida Keys are, they're basically a chain of islands that start, for lack of a better term, at Miami and go all the way down to the southernmost point in the U.S., which is Key West. Now it's flipping right here between us and the Pelican on the right.
Okay, go wherever you saw it flip and just kill it. One more throw and we're done.
Pretty much year round, you can have certain baits, but in the winter time and through the spring, we have a lot of pilchard, herring, cigar minnow.
That one pelican had his head down.
This is pilchard, but it's...
Our main bait throughout the winter is gonna be the pilchard. We're gonna be throwing the net in the morning and catching a well full of bait, and that's gonna bring all those different species up to the boat.
Well, what were those big ones called? What were you calling those bigger baits?
Sandy Keys?
Yeah, those
We didn't
were-
get too many of those. I didn't see too many go in the well. These are all razors.
Yeah, the
But
other
those
day,
are
though,
great
those
bottom
were great
bait.
bottom fish bait.
Down here, we have two different kinds of pilchard. We have sandy key. Other type of pilchard is the razor belly. Scales are closer to the body, smaller scaled, and if you look at the anatomy of the fish, it has a sharp belly.
You can't see it, but if you just rub your finger against the grain there.
They lay down like little needles. Keys is really good for new anglers, younger anglers, people like that. You know, you want to get the girlfriend out fishing. The runs are short. There's lots of fish. They pull really good for what they are, and it's always on tap. It's nice, it's easy, it's close, convenient. It's everything you want from a destination.
Local knowledge is brought to you by PENN. Let the battle begin. YETI coolers, built for the wild. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. BDOutdoors.com. And Evinrude.
Slammer 3 uses a fully machined brass gear system.
And what that gives you is extreme durability and extreme cranking power.
DuraDrag material is the smoothest, most durable drag material we've ever used.
Yeah, that's him.
With seals on the drag system, around the main shaft and pinion gear, and the body, the Slammer 3 is sealed to our highest standard yet.
We're just getting started. We lost a day getting ready to go.
Is this a rack or what are we on here?
No, this is some bottom. This is some bottom I used to dive all the time.
What would you expect to find here?
You know, some nice red groupers, mutton snappers, black grouper.
All my favorites.
Just for you, buddy.
Don't know what it is, dude, but this bottom fishing here, at home I won't even mess with it usually. I friggin' love it here.
I love bottom fishing, and I'm kind of conflicted because I hate bottom fishing deep. You know, here in California, my partner Jason, when we go out rock fishing, he doesn't even want to look at anything under 500 feet. You know, I don't want to turn the handle that much. I admit it, I'm lazy, and I'm totally fine with it.
Did Jason put a special request in?
Yeah, if I don't come home with some snapper fillets.
What grade did he want? I know he's big on grade.
Yeah, no, he likes those bigger fillets.
You know, we're typically fishing as shallow as, 30, 50, 60 feet, and we really never fish over 200 feet. And 200 is kind of, in my mind, is my cutoff. I kind of lose interest after 200 feet.
What do you got there, Rutchie?
Little grouper?
Oh, good, get that out of the way. I don't want to catch those small ones.
Little guy. You know, down here I get what we call fire trucks. So the same fish,
Yep.
10 pounds bigger.
See, I don't think I've caught a big red. I think 7 or 8 pounds is about the biggest I've caught down here with you.
7 or 8, well, we're gonna try and change that here today.
I need a big black grouper too, so.
Big black grouper, anything else?
Unicorn.
One of the cool things about catching some of these game fish, like the groupers and the snappers in that shallower water, is they don't blow up from coming up from that extreme depth. Even if you wind one up quick from 50, 60, 70 feet, he's not gonna blow up, which means you're gonna fight that fish all the way to the boat. And it just makes that catch so much more fun.
I just want you to warm up those muttons for me. Perfect, get those little ones out of the way.
It's another little guy. This one feels more like a yellowtail. Mangy. Decent mangy.
Not bad.
Now, I love these when they get up around 5 or 6 pounds. They're one of my favorite fish.
Yeah, it's funny. The first place I'd ever really caught a bunch of them was in Louisiana, and I didn't realize what we were doing.
Well, then you got spoiled.
I did, yeah, for sure.
Fishing in the winter, fishing any time of year. My theory is I just want to be ready for everything. There's a little better one.
Get a real one?
It's not, I wouldn't call it real, but it's better.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
Con noche.
Came back and ate it twice. It was a heavy one. There's no way I got bait after that.
Look at this guy. Species we're looking for, just not of the size. Still beautiful though.
They're cool.
Look at that blue under his eye.
I don't know, man, that's my favorite fish here. I don't know why or what, but.
Well, catch one for me. Day in, day out, there's no guarantees.
You on me?
But I got the shock on the way in.
Shack?
The shock. Actually, it's a little mackerel.
Getting better over here, Rush.
Oh, there you go.
Now we're talking.
It's a start.
Dude, that's better than a start. That's a chunky fish right there, buddy.
You know, seasonality of fishing is really a cool thing, I think, for a guide, in that you're never really stuck in one mold. And, you know, in the case of Rush, he's always got something to fall back on. You know, if this isn't biting or such and such didn't show up when they thought it would, he's still got some other options. What do you got? Oh, that's cute.
That's a cute one, isn't it?
That's so cute.
I mean, what is that?
It's a joke.
What is that? They are pretty.
Good one.
Better one?
Yeah.
Is that the real one?
Feels like it. Yeah.
There you go.
Our pink tail amigo.
You think so?
Feels like it. He's not doing the circles though.
That looks more like a grouper.
It is a grouper, yeah.
What do you got on there, 40?
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be your black one. It ain't fighting, it's not fighting like a red.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a red.
Bugging you for the bottom?
Trying. Negative.
Big button, huh?
Yes, sir.
There we go. There's a start. Now the machine looks good.
Theory of them seeing their home.
That's a pretty one right there.
How do you feel about Southern California, buddy? Because that's where you're headed.
A lot of times I'll anchor up on these spots, start throwing a little bait to build life. But the first few baits I might slide in are gonna be a piece of cut bait. Try and catch one fish just to start the process of building life.
Will you get the bigger fish, come in and kind of push the little guys out of the way?
It definitely could happen. That looks pretty good right there.
I got a bite on the way down, Captain Rush. Is that good?
There's definitely some yellowtail there.
There's definitely some mackerel or something. This didn't make anywhere.
Probably shark. You catch that first mutton or that first yellowtail, and he's gonna start regurgitating some of the crabs or shrimp he's been already eating off the bottom. That crab and whatever he's regurgitating acts just like the chum you're putting in the water. A little yellowtail or something. Snapper.
Called your shot.
Key West is one of the only places you can catch flags consistently. I mean,
Really?
all the time. Bermuda has giant ones. I hear they get them up to 10 pounds. I think that's where the world record comes from.
I don't think there's a restaurant down here that doesn't serve yellowtail, huh?
Well, it's the most sustainable fishery we have.
Yeah, there's definitely no shortage.
And there's a lot of boats who do it.
A meter's starting to light up, Rutch.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
The future of boating is here. Now get all the efficient performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Fuel economy is everything.
I was really shocked how fuel efficient it is.
Anywhere from 40 to 50 miles further on a tank of fuel.
All day on the water. I told my wife, I said, you know, I can't think of the last time I filled up.
It's more money in the bank for me.
The best-in-class fuel economy of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower. To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
One of the best things about bottom fishing really anywhere in the world is you don't know what's coming next. That looks like a school of sailfish on the meter.
School of sailfish.
It's finally happening.
How do they mark? Long bills, big sails.
Sometimes I feel like my comedy is lost. It's a total mystery. You know, you're gonna pin that bait on. Usually we're using pilchards and we might have them on a dropper loop setup, which I like to use here. Or sometimes we have them just on a jig head with the pilchard and we'll let him flutter down on a light jig head, hoping to intersect something on the way down. And then if we don't, you know, you're on the bottom.
There's a better one. There's a better one.
Get his ass.
What you got there, buddy?
Oh, I got a nice piece of Florida bottom here.
You like that real estate, don't you?
Fish turned into something.
This might be one of those fire trucks I was telling you about.
Nope.
Nope, pink
Mr.
lady.
Mouton.
God, that water's funky looking. You know, it had that brown tinge to him. Oh, there's your yellowtail. We're gonna use him on the bottom. He sucked it down to his belly. But if you get another one of those, hooked right in the lip, I wanna drop him down on that grouper rod. See if we can't get a black grouper.
We got a little bit of a revenge deal, remember last season?
They did get the better of you, but.
A few times. Fight, fight, fight.
Real. Get him up, get him up, get him up. That's a black.
Ooh. Oh, it's a shark.
No, you think it's a grouper?
Serge, you like a grouper?
Is it?
Good luck. Oh!
The more and more I fish with Ali, and we keep checking these fish off our list. That's all right, that's our astronaut. You're going right back where you came from. Mythical list we talked about over a few beers when we first started talking about doing local knowledge.
Now with all this wad of yellowtail here, Rush, really good chance, right?
Really good chance. There's a lot of, I mean, just what I've seen, the mangies, the yellowtail, that's all food, you know, that's all. Swordfish was obviously on the top of the list. You could check that one off, I'd say now. And the next one is Ali has caught a lot of grouper down in Baja. I mean, broomtails, Gulf groupers. So, but black grouper is one that he hasn't checked off his list.
Should I come up there and sit on that rod, or can we clicker fish it, or?
I'm gonna lock it up if it bends over. The black grouper is it. He's the man. He's the king of the reef. I'd say he's the most sought after reef fish, bottom fish that there is in the East Coast, South Florida. First thing I gotta do is get them good and straight up and down, and what's gonna make it happen is time. Putting your time in just like anything else.
Oh, that's our boy.
Oh, uh-oh.
I can't even turn the handle.
Oh! That didn't look like a yellowtail.
Negative.
That did not look like a yellowtail.
You know what just happened there?
You got your butt kicked? The good news, buddy, is that guy's still down there waiting on you. Ooh, what is that? Cobias, look at the little cobias.
Whoa.
2 cobias, throw them a bait.
That's a decent cobia.
Pitch a couple baits out the back. You want to catch them.
Oh, you hook one up, nice.
Oh, you had it, I didn't even feel it. I was free lining back. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Hey, you know I always appreciate
That's actually almost a keeper right there.
I'll tell you, this, oh, he sucked it right off the hook. This cobia fishing you have down here, so different. I mean, that guy was on my list for so long.
It's really hard.
Yeah, oh, I know.
I mean, look, these fish are extremely skittish. You have to be very quiet. You might be able to get this one to eat, Ali, if you do everything perfect.
So you're saying this cobia fishing is kind of a finesse game?
It's definitely a finesse game, as you've seen. That's a little better one there.
Hey, not too bad.
You know what these two probably came off of?
What's that?
A shark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would almost guarantee there's a shark down there. But, I mean, we're sitting here in the middle of nowhere.
Just
bottom fishing.
And that's
2 cobia just come swimming up out of nowhere.
That's
Boom.
the thing that we don't have. Like I always talk about, like, dude, you just throw some chum and tuna up here out of thin air.
I tell people all the time, like, what are we gonna catch? I said, you never know. That's what I love about fishing down in my backyard.
There's something special about fishing in your backyard and fishing for your fish, whatever that is. You know, for me out here, it's yellowtail, yellowfin tuna, calico bass, you know, the stuff that we grew up chasing. And if you're a real fisherman, I think those species never leave you.
They are prehistoric, aren't they?
I mean, look at that guy. There's something wrong with him. He missed a few rungs on the evolutionary ladder.
I know, kind of like me.
As close as you're gonna get to a sure thing for catching billfish is Casa Vieja Lodge.
They're here, man. This has been a 20-year run, buddy. These things haven't left, there's no cycle.
When it comes to sail fishing, this is the real deal.
The amount of sailfish here is ridiculous.
BDOutdoors.com is your one-stop source for all things fishing, boating, and outdoors. Stay dialed in with current fishing reports, breaking news, and our extensive library of how-to tips. You'll learn about rigging, fish cleaning, boat maintenance. We have recipes for seafood, a game, cutting-edge videos, and gear giveaway contests. It's all free at bdoutdoors.com.
Local knowledge is brought to you by ANDROS BOATWORKS. Adventure never ends. Mustad hooks, defining fishing hooks since 1877. AFTCO, the American Fishing Tackle Company. Costa, see what's out there. And by Casa Vieja Lodge. Experience 5-star angling in tropical Guatemala.
Now, one of the coolest things about this style of fishing is you feel every bite. Woo, what do you got there, Rush? Looks kind of snappy.
Went to a little lighter rod. Probably should have checked the drag before I did.
You're not dragging around a lure, waiting for a clicker to go off. You don't have a guide hooking your fish for you.
What do we got there? Grouper?
Little red, looks like.
Little rojo.
That's better.
Yeah, the fish are eating really weird, aren't they?
Just like, it's not, there's no pop, there's no nothing.
Right, it's not like they're
just on.
Boom. Like, two things that go hand in hand, bottom fishing and getting stomped. If you're not getting stomped, if you haven't had your butt kicked, well, you're not bottom fishing.
No, now he's fighting like a grouper.
That's definitely not a mangrove. If it is, it might be one of your Louisiana mangies.
Oh, no, no, no. That's my boy.
Oh, that's a grouper.
Come on, don't go
Getting
anywhere.
close to the fire truck status. I knew they were down there. Look how fat he is. I bet he's full of chum and pilchards and sand mix.
That never gets old, I'm telling you. I never fancy myself a bottom fisherman either. I always kind of offshore guy, you know?
You're a bottom fisherman now, buddy.
I'm a Florida bottom fisherman for sure.
You always got to be ready for anything that comes behind the boat.
Look at him going back there.
That being said as well, you have to know where that piece of equipment is, that tackle is. You got to be able to get to it quick.
Feels like your boy Amber Jackson.
I think I saw some bonitas back there too.
Doesn't feel like it's got that tuna pop, but you never know. You know, anything can happen when you're fishing, and usually the guy that's the quickest to get a bait in the water is the guy that gets the bite. Man, I don't know that I've fished anywhere that compares to this place for variety. I'm telling you, I'm digging these reels. This thing is, I got some heat on it.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever caught a 60-pound bonita?
No, I'm gonna have to go with your original guest, Amber Jack. Is he tired? They're usually tired after a big battle like that on those spinners.
Wait, you talking about him or me?
A little bit of both. You've caught your share since you've been fishing with me, I can tell you that. I mean, I'm gonna have to give you an A for effort.
I'm gonna go ahead and let this dude go.
Yeah, let him go. We have no use for him. We got all that good white meat in the box. We'll make some tacos.
What's that over there?
Looks like bonita, no, bonita, yellowtail.
This trip for me was a perfect example of managing expectations.
So, these are what flags look like.
Wow, dude. That is a flag. We had a day, we had the camera crew in town. We went out there with pretty much no game plan.
Something like that's hard to put on the bottom rod.
No. You know, we're always armed for bear, we've always got the right bait, but let's just go out and let's see what's biting.
There he is.
Right, guy?
I think so. I think it's a good king, Ali.
Oh, did you get him?
I don't know. It's acting like it.
Yeah, we say grab bag a lot when we're talking about, you know, Russia's fishery because there are so many species, so many options, you know, so much crazy stuff can happen.
You want to grab this guy for me, or?
I'm good.
Hold on.
And the grab bag's a good thing, you know. It's not that you're not out getting what you're targeting, it's that you're gonna see a lot of variety.
I mean, it's not a monster, but he's a good 25-pounder.
You've been fighting it for that long?
They don't call them smokers for nothing. To me, a successful grab bag day encompasses great action, fish on the surface, bottom fishing. Well, buddy, you couldn't ask for a better Key West grab bag
Hey,
than this.
sun's going down. We got a 25-pound king laid out. I think that's the one thing we didn't catch today.
Muttons, groupers, big yellowtail.
Yes, sir.
Amberjacks, bonita. That's pretty
Big
much
yellowtail.
That's pretty much your Key West reef fishing day.
Yeah.
And that's your grab bag.